Okay, so in this part, I want to talk about responsive design. First of all, what is it used for? Well, when you're designing something, you have to ask yourself, like, what platform are the users of your product um, going to use when they use your product? So, are they going to use like a big screen, like a big monitor, or are they going to use their phones? Are they going to use their tablets? Are they going to switch back and forth? So that's where responsive design comes into the rescue, and why it's important for every developer to know how to create. And the way to do it is to learn the principles of responsive, content driven, and mobile first design. So that way it allows you to provide a great experience no matter what the viewport looks like or the pixel size or density. So what does it mean when I say when it said content driven design and mobile first? Well, mobile first basically means that when you're designing something, you're basically building it from a mobile standpoint first, and then you progressively enhance it from there, and you kind of use that uh, as an initial check that okay, if it works on mobile, then it'll easily work more on bigger platforms. So if you can make it work on such a small and confined viewport, then you can make it work on other viewports. And then content driven design basically means that we understand that most websites and things like that, the reason why they exist is because they offer information and content that people want to consume. So, keeping that in mind, how do we structure the page? How do we design it in such a way that it truly offers the best experience in terms of just being optimal, in terms of giving that content to the user? So we really prioritize the content instead of anything else when we're designing a web page. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about media queries, which are basically a tool that helps you optimize your ability to create mobile first design and then so on. So the way that media queries work is basically that first you have your selectors for how you want your site to normally look, and then you create media queries, which are basically like almost conditionals that, depending on, let's say, the max width that you put your no, sorry, depending on the width that you stretch the viewport to, you'll have certain changes. Like you'll have maybe changes in the font, maybe you'll have changes in the line space, maybe you'll have changes in other things too. But that's pretty much the most common usage, and you'll typically start with mobile first, and then once you get past the pixel ratio of mobile first design, you'll add in a media query for how it would look like once the viewport increases size.